The Bible gives three levels of growth for a believer. They are children, young men, and fathers. Pastor David Ferguson of Restoration Family Church International has been developing a discipleship training program for over 20 years now. The program is intended to support the nurturing and training of believers to an intermediate level of development in their walk with the Lord. This program is not designed to replace the need for leaders attending Bible school, but to train the normal believer in some of the basic areas in our walk before the Lord. It also offers support to churches alongside their regular teachings, exhortations, and preaching. Pastor David has completed three levels of study so far. They are Believer's Manual, Starting the Race, Believer's Manual, Up and Running, Believer's Manual, Basic Ministry Training. The fourth level, Believer's Manual, Life Applications, is still being developed and should be completed by February 2020.
Believer's Manual, Starting the Race. What have I gotten myself into? This topic deals with both my responsibility as a Christian as well as the benefits. Freedom from demonic influence, oppression, and bondage. Introduces the new believer to the issue of how demons can affect your life and how to be set free and remain free. Water baptism, the definition, why and how of water baptism. The baptism in the Holy Spirit. The baptism in the Holy Spirit, the purpose of speaking in tongues, and the way to receive. It also introduces the gifts and fruit of the Holy Spirit. Growing in our relationship with God. Growing through prayer, reading of the scriptures, praise, thanksgiving, and worship, and obedience. Believer's Manual, Up and Running. Future fate of mankind. We discuss both eternal reward, heaven of the believer, and torment, hell of the unbeliever. Healing and health. God not only wants you healed, but living healthy. How to receive healing from God. Handling finances. The purpose of finances, how to both receive it for your current needs and live in God's abundance provision. Fasting. The how to, the benefits of doing it properly, and the dangers of abusing it. Servanthood. God has called us to be servants, the attitude and promotion of servants. Fellowshipping with the saints. How to treat other saints, including dealing with disagreements and offenses of others. The ministry of angels. The description and operation of angels and their relationship to us. Church government and submission to authority. How to respond to and treat those God has placed in authority over us. Communion, the Lord's Supper. The act, the trail of the blood and the comparison of it, and the Passover.
Believer's Manual, Basic Ministry Training. Each topic is self-explanatory. How to be led by the Spirit of God. How to lead a person to Christ. How to minister the baptism in the Holy Spirit. How to minister healing. How to minister deliverance. Having an effective Bible study. Affecting your world with the gospel. Operating in the gifts of the Holy Spirit. At the end of each topic or chapter, there is a practical to give the student an opportunity to apply what he or she has learned. Believer's Manual, Life Applications. Each topic is self-explanatory. The believer's marriage, husband and wife relationship, effective parenting, the believer and his family relationships, relating to siblings, relating to parents and other adults, the believer on his job, the believer and his business, the believer and his finances, planning for the future and goal setting, implementing your plans, family salvation, developing integrity and godly ethics, walking in holiness and purity, finding your purpose, walking in your purpose, living single and remaining holy, effective community living. At the end of each chapter or topic, there will be questions with the answers at the back of the book.
The first 3 levels of training have also been converted into videos to support the training material. The 4th level, Believer's Manual, Life Applications, will also be converted into videos when it is completed. We have included an excerpt of a video from the topic, What Have I Gotten Myself Into? This topic is in the book Believer's Manual, Starting the Race.
We're looking at the topic, What Have I Gotten Myself Into? We will continue to look at the subtopic, What are my responsibilities as a Christian? The third responsibility of us as Christians is to maintain right relationships. In St. Matthew 5, verse 23 to 24, it says, Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. It also says in St. Mark 11, verse 25, And when you stand praying, forgive, if ye have aught against any, that your Father also which is in heaven may forgive you your trespasses. Whether your brother has something against you, or you have something against anybody, God puts the responsibility on you to seek reconciliation. The fourth responsibility as Christians is to share the gospel with others. St. Mark 16, verse 15 says, And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel to every creature. It means that we have a responsibility to preach or herald the good news gospel to the creation. It doesn't only mean on the street corners, but any way you find possible and practical. Example, invite persons to a meal or coffee and use the opportunity to expose them to Jesus in word or in deed.
Each topic in levels 1, 2, and 3 is also broken down into devotionals, bite-sized readings that can be posted to each member of your class or group, WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, email, text, etc., to add another layer of support for learning those topics.
There are 3 levels of training and certification. These are Standard, Facilitator, and Master Trainer. Standard. This is carried out by facilitators from the individual churches. The facilitators can use the videos which are provided to help with presenting the training material. These videos have sections that can be paused to allow the facilitators to discuss what was covered so far or answer questions. Persons who have completed the questions for that level at the end of each topic will be awarded certificates after scoring at least 65% per topic. Certificates for each level are given to churches with the name of the church, the date awarded, and the student's name absent. These will be filled up by the facilitator and signed by the pastor or a delegated signatory. Facilitator. This is done through the Open School of the Bible's website, using videos and online questions. A completed and signed certificate from Open School of the Bible will be presented or sent to the persons who have completed the course. Completing the course involves logging into the website, viewing the lessons, and scoring at least a 80% grade on each topic in each level. A Facebook group has also been created to allow all facilitators, including past and present, to field questions and receive answers to any related issues as well as get updates. The name of the Facebook group is Believers Manual Facilitators Forum. Master Trainer. This is done through the Open School of the Bible's website. The candidates are tested on their knowledge of the course, their ability to present the material, and will be able to do standard and facilitators certification. They must be recognized ministers in their churches. These persons will also be on the group Facebook page and are allowed to answer any of the questions or issues raised.